Imagine this. A young woman born into the heart of the British monarchy, raised with a quiet grace that turns heads without demanding spotlights. She's poised, down to earth, and so effortlessly relatable that even the most cynical royal watchers can't help but root for her. Now, picture the palace finally rewarding that poise with a title that's been deliberately delayed, a title that could redefine the monarchy's future. That's Lady Louise Windsor, the 21-year-old daughter of Prince Edward and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. King Charles is reportedly on the verge of granting her the full Her Royal Highness Princess Louise of Edinburgh, a move that's not just ceremonial. It's a seismic shift in how the Windsors are slimming down and smartening up their image. But hold on. Why now? Why her? Because in the shadow of seismic family fractures, Louise represents everything the royals crave: discretion, duty, and a refreshing lack of drama. And that brings us to the elephant in the gilded room, Meghan Markle. The self-proclaimed progressive powerhouse whose every move has left the monarchy reeling. Today, we're diving deep into a critical takedown of Meghan's public persona and actions. Using Louise's imminent elevation as our lens, we'll expose how Meghan's choices, from her explosive exit to her relentless spotlight chasing, have forced the palace's hand. This isn't gossip, it's a sharp analysis grounded in the facts of their divergent paths. Buckle up, royal rebels. This is the critique Meghan's narrative desperately needs. Hit that like button if you're ready to rethink the Duchess who divided a dynasty. Let's start at the fracture point. Harry and Meghan's dramatic departure in January 2020, the so-called Megxit that sent shockwaves through Buckingham Palace. While the world watched Oprah interviews and Netflix deals unfold, spare a thought for the quiet casualties, like Lady Louise. Her parents, Edward and Sophie, had always been the epitome of royal understatement. They opted early on to shield Louise and her brother James from the Her Royal Highness title and the suffocating scrutiny that comes with it. Sophie herself said in interviews that they wanted their kids to have as normal a life as possible, focusing on education and equestrian passions over tiaras and titles. Louise, now studying at St. Andrews, embodies that, spotted cycling to classes, volunteering with charities, and charming crowds at events like the Royal Windsor Horse Show without a whiff of entitlement. Contrast that with Meghan. Entering the fold in 2018 as the glamorous actress-turned-duchess, she promised a modern monarchy, feminist, diverse, boundary-pushing. But what we got was a masterclass in boundary annihilation. Within 2 years, she and Harry bolted to California, citing toxic media and institutional racism, yet immediately inked multimillion-dollar deals with Spotify and Netflix. Evidence? Their Archewell Foundation raked in celebrity endorsements while the couple sued tabloids and accused the palace of unconscious bias in that bombshell Oprah sit-down. Harry's memoir Spare later piled on, spilling palace secrets from Charles's parenting fails to William's alleged physical altercation, intimate betrayals dressed as therapist speak. This wasn't evolution, it was detonation. The fallout? A monarchy in crisis mode, accelerating King Charles's slimmed-down vision to just the core working royals. Louise's delayed title. Whispers of it date back to her birth in 2003, when Edward honored his late mother by foregoing Her Royal Highness for his kids. Now feels like a deliberate pivot. Charles, per royal insiders, sees in Louise a pivotal turn toward stability. Meghan's exit didn't just create space, it demanded a counter-narrative. Her actions, sold as empowerment, exposed a persona allergic to the very restraint that lets someone like Louise shine without scorching the institution. Now, let's peel back the layers of Meghan's meticulously curated image, the woke warrior, the style icon, the voice for the voiceless. It's a persona that's as polished as her pregnancy announcements. Remember those flawless Instagram posts from Nottingham Cottage? But dig deeper, and cracks appear, especially when juxtaposed against Louise's unforced authenticity. Louise has earned universal praise for her poised, down-to-earth demeanor. At 18, she drove an ambulance for the Riding for the Disabled Association, her hands calloused from mucking stalls, not manicures. No ghost-written manifestos here, just quiet competence that aligns with Charles's eco-push. She's even joined him on sustainable farming initiatives. Her parents' choice to delay the princess title? It was protection, not punishment, a buffer against the very scrutiny Meghan claims to flee yet courts relentlessly. Meghan, meanwhile, flips the script on victimhood while thriving on validation. Take her 2022 Spotify deal, $18 million for a podcast that dropped just 12 episodes before mutual ghosting, with XX calling it glittering mediocrity. Or the Netflix series Harry and Meghan, which promised raw truth but delivered selective outrage, accusations of racism, the infamous skin color chat, without naming names, all while the couple lounged in Montecito mansions bought with book advances. Evidence mounts. Harry's Spare sold 6 million copies by weaponizing family feuds, yet Meghan's own memoir remains MIA, perhaps because her narrative crumbles under scrutiny. Her Archetypes podcast? Critiqued for shallow feminism that tokenized guests like Serena Williams while ignoring her own privilege as a biracial royal. This isn't advocacy, it's opportunism. Louise's path signals Charles' Monarchy 2.0, fewer players, deeper impact. By elevating her now, amid family changes post-Megxit, the king is betting on substance over spectacle. Meghan's actions? They've forced this hand, turning the palace into a leaner, meaner operation that exposes her as the diva who demanded a crown but couldn't wear the weight. Her public persona, once a breath of fresh air, now reeks of calculation, challenging not the system, but our patience for performative piety. Zoom out, and Meghan's ripple effects are crystal clear in Louise's higher role trajectory. The Sussexes' exit wasn't a solo flight, it was a family earthquake, leaving Charles to streamline a battered brand. With Andrew sidelined, Harry estranged, and health woes sidelining Kate and Charles himself, the working royal pool is perilously shallow. Enter Louise, not as a flashy heir, but a steadying force. Reports suggest her title grant is imminent, a nod to her proven reliability amid the chaos. Meghan amplified specifics? Sophie's savvy media game, building bridges with editors while Meghan burned them via lawsuits, paved this. Edward's dutiful shadow role? It mirrors the discretion Meghan mocked in Spare as stiff upper lip repression. Yet here's the incisive truth, Meghan's critiques rang hollow because her actions contradicted them. She decried media intrusion but fueled it with tell-all tours, railed against privilege while monetising it. Louise, by contrast, sidesteps the fray, her equestrian pursuits a metaphor for grounded progress. No Netflix cameras required. This shift isn't anti-modern, it's pro-survival. Charles' bet on Louise challenges Meghan's legacy. If the monarchy endures through quiet competence, what does that say about the Duchess who fled for fame? It's a damning indictment. Her empowerment empowered only her exit strategy. In the end, Lady Louise's rise isn't just a title tweak, it's the monarchy's MIC drop to Meghan Markle's mess. Where Louise whispers duty and delivers grace, Meghan shouts revolution and leaves rubble. From Megxit's betrayals to her commodified confessions, her actions have slimmed the crown not by choice, but necessity, forcing Charles to spotlight the poised over the performative. This is the real game changer, a reminder that true royal power lies in restraint, not rebellion. If Meghan's watching, take notes, or better yet, take a seat. Thanks for joining the reckoning. Subscribe for more unfiltered royal truths. What's your take? Comment below.